Hi, this is David Barista, Editor-in-Chief of Building Design and Construction Magazine. We're here at Greenbuild in Philadelphia. I'm joined by Tony Layne from Perkins+Will. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Absolutely.
So Tony's been at the show a couple days. Obviously, he's involved in designing green structures of all types. And Tony, you're going to talk about some sort of major 10,000-foot level, I don't know if you want to call them trends, but movements you see within the green arena. Can you talk about a little bit of that?
Sure. Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that I've noticed here at the conference now, and then also just in the last year, we talk about net positive and the move towards net positive in all the ways that you sort of think of it, energy, water, carbon, which are all important in all our trends. But I think the other trend is just sort of a net positive attitude. You used to come to a lot of these conferences, and there was a lot of sort of the doom and gloom of sustainability and the need to do something, or else we're all in a lot of trouble. And I think the attitude has really shifted, and the dialogue shifted a lot to be much more about the opportunity and prosperity and sort of the freedom and liberty part of this, and the business opportunity that it is. And so it's been really kind of uplifting and enjoyable to have the dialogue be more about sort of the opportunity and less about sort of the doom and gloom of that it was maybe in the past. Still urgency, still a need to act, but I think the sort of general attitude that things have shifted some.
Yeah, and you also mentioned just the greater number of stakeholders that are at a conference like Greenbuild. How has that changed?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first started coming to these, several years ago, it was a lot of you started talking to yourself. So there's a lot of architects, a lot of engineers, which is great, enjoyable. But the trend now here, I've had more conversations with building owners, the finance guys, the accounting guys. Everybody's at the table now, and to have those folks all here and being a part of this dialogue, I think just broadens the opportunity and broadens the awareness, and I think positions as well in moving forward, and it also puts it back on us to be able to kind of talk their talk and be able to engage not just from an architecture perspective, but from a dollars and cents perspective or a return on investment perspective, or the kinds of conversations that are happening, the balance sheet kind of conversations. So that's been a really positive trend as well to have sort of the additional stakeholders at the table.
Got it. And then another trend we've been tracking as an editorial team was started partially by your firm, and that's transparency among building product manufacturers and all other stakeholders in the game. So can you kind of give us a little update about what's going on in your firm as far as transparency and other initiatives?
Sure. Transparency and material health has, for the last several years, been a really big focus of Perkins+Will. It will continue to be. We're going to continue to be pushing that. The transparency website that's out there with a precautionary list will continue to be maintained and grow. We're also looking to focus and push sort of in new ahead of the curve areas. So moving into the ideas of resiliency in design, and how that's really about not just climate mitigation, but climate adaptation. So the idea, it's not just we got to do something or things are going to be bad, but stuff's changing and it's here and we've got to be ready for it. So a lot of our work now pushing into that area. Also just the next generation sustainable design. So it's not just about being better than code, but really about being net positive. So a lot of our projects, Van Dusen, the Sears project in Vancouver, and then projects that are on the boards now, really pushing into being net positive in terms of energy, water, and carbon. So those are all trends that we're focusing on. And then also the other big component of this, it moves beyond the building scale, but to the urban scale. So really sustainable city planning, sustainable urban planning, community design, and how those pieces come together. So in the next year, you'll see us focusing a lot on those elements as well.
Great. Tony Layne, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.